So next example we're going to look at is a campaign in October 25 from a threat actor called Vanilla Tempest, who are also known as Vice Society and associated with the Resider ransomware as a service operation. These are impersonating domains and URLs that host fake software, which again, looking to deliver malware to victims that are knowingly trying to download Teams or other sort of common software products. As we can see here, we've got a domain to pivot off. And these patterns of domains here, quite common these days in terms of mimicking software companies and their products. So if we paste this into the here, it's not going to work because I haven't refanged it, but see now this one has come up with some results. So for us to open that in another tab and take a look at it, we can see it looks like quite a convincing Teams download page. You can see how people could easily be tricked into visiting these sites. So I think first things first, again, we can check out the HTTP transactions page and look. I want to sort of show you, let's take a look at this file. We can see it's probably not good enough. Looks like there's a lot of legitimate Microsoft domains there, so probably not a good candidate for pivoting. In comparison, say, to some of the other files that could be hosted on this page. So, let's try this just on the off chance. So again, you can see we're starting to see other variants there with this quite unique file name potentially. Some of these are looking quite bad. So yeah, definitely that would be a good candidate. There's also this candidate there that seems to be familiar to this website. So if we look at the latest one again, check that and just check out Teams app. .bet potentially. Again, looking very similar. We'll look into this one here and see if we can see anything that's common across them. So we do see those. We also see this download script again. So in this one, the download script was 120.js. This one, 2. Don't know if there's any significance there in terms of campaign variant 1, 2 to 120 or not, but that could be something worth looking at. And what I'd want to show is how to do a regex for this one on a component like that to see if we get any joy. So I'm actually going to click on that one again. So we're only getting this so far, but I think if we were to look at creating a more of a pattern match on this, we might get a bit of joy across a lot of different websites. So let's see what we can do if we were to get rid of that right here and adjust that for a regex pattern instead. Let's have a look at that search. A search for that download script, but with a regex for the number to see if that's being used across multiple malicious pages as part of this Vanilla Tempest campaign. It certainly takes a little bit longer to run in it, but as you can see, we've actually got quite a few results there, which is great. Not just the ones that we were looking at. So this would be a good query. If we do actually come back, we may have some other factors in here. So one thing we've not looked at, actually trying to look for, in the behavior tab, we can actually see there's some kind of global variables as well. These can be quite useful. In this case, we actually saw that this check URL availability function was quite unique. It's absolutely something, again, that can be used in a detection for these. So if we open up another tab and just try and search for that a second. So the query, I believe, is content global names. Global names. Link in just be case sensitive again. So yeah, there we go. Actually, this one's looking quite promising because we're not just getting the Microsoft results, we're also getting results from other types of software products. So I think this content global name is definitely potentially a winner for some of the other sites that are out there. Again, would probably take some further refinement looking at some of the other JavaScript libraries, but I think this is definitely a really good candidate to start to look for some of the other malicious installers out there. These, again, may not all be vanilla Tempest, so that's where actually using this download script in combination with something like that could, zero it down to a particular cluster of activity or a smaller operation or campaign.